YouTube and welcome! Today we're learning about trademarking everything and patents because my brain shattered in the previous video, so yeah, let's find out about corporate America and the race to trademark everything.
There is a desperate race to trademark everything going on right now, and it's going to cost you dearly whether you notice it or not. Don't believe me? Well, what do the words superhero, realtor, face, that's hot, and bam all have in common? They are common words.
Superhero, realtor, face, hot. Someone's trying to patent face? Wait, Facebook? Someone patented face? No way. Like, don't tell me they patented Facebook. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Words used every day that are actually the legal property of different corporations.
Jesus.
And that's not even the craziest thing that companies are silently putting in their vaults of intellectual property.
Kylie Jenner lost the battle to trademark her first name.
In 1998, Namco filed US patent 5718632.
Businesses that use the word face in their name could be met with a legal battle, as Facebook has been given the go-ahead to trademark the word face.
Jim, I'm sorry, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
He tried to trademark. You're fired? Are you kidding me? What is wrong with humanity? Who is even giving them the patent to this? Who's the sleazy, corrupt mother fudger that is doing that? How are you patenting basic language? It's less egregious than face? I don't know about that. You can't even use your he tried to say that you can't say you're fired to people. Like, what the heck? What is wrong with corporate America, man? What is wrong with freaking capitalist behavior? With greed? Oh my god. Yeah, we need to create our own Simglish equivalent of a language so that we can speak freely again.
You're fired. You're fired.
Calls this interocular device. I would call this active eye.
We are always told about the wonders of fair competition, but the truth is, if you run a business, competition fucking sucks. To compete in business...
Yes, of course. Of course America thinks competition sucks. Of course they do. That's why you have monopoly. That's why you're stuck with shitty-ass options and no solutions, and you just have to suck it. You just have to go, yes, please, I want to be bent over repeatedly. Like here, as a person that has choices, right? Like I live in a place where I have several companies for internet, and if I don't like any of them, I can go, for underground options just fine. And then I have a choice between a fudge ton of supermarkets, and prices have to stay competitive, and Uber here is failing because we have competition, so they can't jack up prices and create their scheme, the little scheme of going like, it's elitist. No, we have taxis here. We have so much competition, and it's healthy. It is healthy to have competition because it means as a consumer, you don't get screwed over. Uber Foods left the market, yes. Like, they left our market, they left our country. They just shut down because they couldn't compete. They tried to jack up prices, it didn't work. People were being competitive and lowering prices, and they were like, I can't work with these people, they're savages. I'm here trying to earn an honest buck off them, and they're lowering prices?
Business, you have to provide a better product, market more effectively, or lower your prices. Getting those first two right is really hard, and lowering prices means less money in your pocket. It would be so much easier if you could just run your competition out of business, and this is genuinely a great business strategy. There's only one problem. It's illegal. And if you aren't smart about how you do it, you are going to find yourself in competition with the Federal Trade Commission in federal court. But there is a way that you can avoid competition and actually have the authorities on your side to defend it, and that's by having a trademark, copyright, or patent to protect your business. These are not all the same, and companies have realized one is much better than the others. A patent protects new inventions or scientific discoveries for a period of 20 years. If you invent a new battery that gives
20 years and Pokemon patented throwing a ball to catch a creature last year, so you can't use it in games for the next 20 years without paying them. We're fucked.
Gives electric cars 2,000 miles of range, you should file a patent so car companies can't use it. Without paying you, of course. A patent has to be legally filed with the Patent and Trademark Office. If a patent is very complicated, it can take a long time to get approval. But in the meantime, your invention will be patent pending, which has no legal protection by itself, but it will warn other businesses that they will be wasting their money creating the same product because they won't be allowed to sell it if your patent is eventually approved.
What the heck, Lays? What the heck?
A copyright automatically applies to any creative work. If you write a song, make an original video, or paint an artwork, copyright will automatically apply to that work and will stay in place for 70 years after your death. No filing is required for creative works, but it can be harder to legally prove copyright in court if someone does copy what you are doing. A trademark is the best of both a patent and a copyright combined. And there are 3 reasons why applications for this kind of protection have tripled in the last 10 years, according to data from the US Patent Office and
172% trademark applications? Oh my god.
Statista. A trademark gets legally filed with the Patent and Trademark Office.
This is insane.
So it's easy to officially defend, and
What
it
is
lasts
wrong with
forever
them?
as long as basic renewal documents are submitted every 10 years. Trademarks are, to
can
use
just
the legal
do
terminology,
it forever.
totally fucking OP. The only problem with
You
trademarks
can
is
just extend it forever and ever and ever every 10 years. Be like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
that they only apply to elements
is
that are clearly related to
insane.
the branding of a business. For example, a logo like this or this can be trademarked because they clearly relate to the branding and identity of a business.
Seriously? Half a partially eaten apple belongs to Apple? Okay. So if a child draws a partially eaten apple, they're gonna get in trouble?
Trademarks can also be applied to iconography. Like Mickey Mouse ears could be trademarked, but a movie like Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie cannot be trademarked because it's creative work, not branding. Steamboat Willie actually entered the public domain just 2 weeks ago. If you are a crafty businessman, you can really corrupt the intention of what trademarks are meant to do by claiming a catchphrase, sound, image, or even a word as part of your branding.
Oh my god. King Trump, man.
If the overworked trademark officer reviewing the claim approves it, then you have an untouchable business advantage that will last forever. And that's the first reason businesses
Forever? The system is so outdated and so not. What the heck, man?
are rushing to trademark anything they can get away with. It's free real estate. Facebook successfully trademarked the word face. And if you wanted to create your own
Insane.
supernaturally powerful heroes, you can't call them superheroes. Because that's a trademark which is jointly owned by DC and Marvel, the only companies that will ever be able to make superheroes without the permission of DC or Marvel.
I really don't want to live here anymore. Words?
In the age of the influencer, where the line between brand and human are getting blurred, cunning celebrities are jumping in too. According to records from the Patent Office, the socialite Paris Hilton trademarked the phrase, "That's hot."
Seriously? Seriously, we have phrases that are coined for 20 years now? For 20 years, this woman has "that's hot" coined. I wonder how they'd feel if we poured hot coffee over them.
Usain Bolt trademarked his signature move, and Kylie Jenner tried to trademark the name Kylie and got close too. But pressure from the singer Kylie
No. Like, it's trademarked, it's been trademarked for 20 years. Not that it's been 20 years since it's been trademarked. Not that it's trademarked only for 20 years. It's like, it's for life, but it's been trademarked for 20 years now. Because it was 2004 or something like that.
Kylie Minogue
Crazy.
resulted in the application being rejected. If it does work though, a successful trademark can add significant value to any business. In my
Crazy.
own experience as an investment banker, I worked on several acquisitions where the purchasing company was buying a terrible business with bad fundamentals exclusively because they wanted to secure the business trademarks. And driving up the value of their business without really doing anything is just the first reason. So it's time to learn how money works to find out why businesses are desperately trying to trademark everything all of a sudden.
Why are people even agreeing to these things? Like, why are people just going, yeah, I'm fine with accepting the trademark? Capitalism.
This week's lesson was sponsored by Brilliant. This holiday
Insane.
season, instead of downloading Netflix shows that make your mind
Money,
dull for that
but you're
long trip,
losing
keep
money
your
by the
mind
fact
sharp
that you
with
can't even
Brilliant.
do those
Brilliant is the
things.
best way to learn math, data science, and computer science interactively. Using Brilliant is fun, and I personally love using it myself, and it's why I am so proud that I've worked with them for as long as I have. I recently finished a course they offered called How Technology Works, and I learned a variety of interesting things like how video compression works, GPD, and strong
Can I get
passwords.
isekai
By committing
already?
10
Yeah,
to
I want
20
to be
minutes a day on
isekai.
Brilliant, you
Now.
can pick up a ton of newfound knowledge
Just get me
easily
out of
from the
here.
flexibility of your phone, tablet, or desktop computer. Using Brilliant makes you
It is
smarter,
disgusting,
providing you hands-on
honestly.
learning from basic to advanced comprehension levels. For us busy people, Brilliant is the best way to learn, giving us visual learning that allows us to pick up our phones and move through lessons with ease.
That is the
Much in the same
problem,
way you
Mr.
check your
Fox.
social
The
media.
fact that the
It doesn't
average
feel
person
daunting
doesn't
like a
know
school
about
assignment.
it.
It's enjoyable and
You're
fun.
literally gonna
To get
fly
Brilliant
into
for
a
free for 30
trap.
days, go to brilliant.org/howmanyworks or click the link in the description, and the first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription.
Can't wait till someone
Claiming
trademarks
ownership over
breathing. Yeah, it's like, oh, I sorry, you can no longer breathe the normal human way, the most way, like you can no longer inhale and exhale. You gotta inhale and exhale, otherwise you gotta pay me a fine. You find out when you get sued. You can only breathe manually, yeah. That's like, oh. Jeez.
Something as vague as a word is a great shield against potential competitors, but it can also be a great weapon. The largest tech companies have been buying up competition with strong trademarks and patents for years now, because it builds up their arsenal in the dumbest corporate war ever. These companies now
For
file
real,
so
it
many
is the
patents and
dumbest corporate
trademarks
war.
that it's basically impossible for their competition to operate without violating their intellectual property. Earlier this year,
Lovely.
patent USD 593087S1 expired.
How are these even marked?
S1 expired, but when it was current, it gave its owner Apple Inc. the patent for an electronic device in the shape of a rectangle with rounded corners. If you have looked at any smartphone made in the last 20 years,
Jesus
it's probably
Christ.
a rectangle with rounded corners. These companies have thousands of such patents and trademarks. So why didn't they force all of its competitors to start making phones in the shape of a triangle? They didn't do it because if they
Because
did,
they were
then
making
Google would
money, I
fire
guess.
back with the millions, yes millions, of trademarks and patents they own, and neither company would be able to make anything. Patents and trademarks have become a nuclear stockpile in a legal game of mutually
Jesus.
assured tech destruction.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. This is crazy. Like we went from Cold War to patent war. Nintendo is only suing Palo because they can't fire back. Honestly. It feels like that. It's just they're suing them because they can. It's such a can of worms. Like I don't understand. I don't understand why no one is fighting the patent system. Why no one is attacking it. Why no one is contesting it. Why people aren't rioting against it. Like I don't know. Call me naive, right? I am definitely naive. I live under a rock as well. But this isn't right. This is fucked up. Like this is not okay. And the fact that people just bow down to it and be like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. It's like, really? I would I would train a kid to become the greatest politician and force a law down people's throats to abolish the patent system. I don't know, man. It's yeah, it's very abusable. It is very abusable and really a shitty situation. And I am very aware, right? I say like there has to be something done, but I'm very aware as a common person that has to work 1 to 3 jobs to just make a living and be able to pay rent and kind of live another day on this planet, right? There's not really anything you can do because yeah, you're just a small fry. Like you're just small. You don't matter. It's inconsequential. And then you have the candidate for presidency trying to patent the words "you're fired." So you just look at it and you're like, yeah, yeah. What can I do? I know it's like you're in a situation where it's just a normal person, you look at it and you're like, I guess I didn't win the lottery of being born in pre-patent mode and capitalizing on it. Whoopee. This is greed. This is so much greed.
Some companies have found that patents and trademarks are so valuable that they don't even bother running any other part of the business. Adam Newman, the founder of WeWork, personally trademarked the word we.
Yeah, exactly. Just riot, guys. Riot. Honestly, like, as I said, I say it's unfair, and I'm aware that there's literally not much you can do as a average Joe, right? But I also look at the gaming industry and how it went to shit because people don't care. People that have expendable income, they're like, well, just don't spend the money. I have the money, so like, whatever. You know, so there's people don't care. The complacency, the lack of interest, the part where you just go, it doesn't affect me, right? People do not care. So this lull of just consuming and just looking the other way and not giving a damn is just getting more and more intense. So yeah, they can do this. They can get away with this because, well, why not, right?
And then sold it to his own company so they could use it in
It's
their
'cause they
branding
can,
for WeWork,
exactly.
as well as their spin-off brands. We Live, a dorm-style co-living space, We Grow, a childcare service, and Rise
Are
by
you for
We,
real?
a health and wellness franchise.
Seriously?
Newman had to return the $6 million of investor money he used to pay himself for his own registered trademark from his own company.
Oh my
But there are
God.
people that are much better at leveraging the value of trademarks. After leaving the company, former Microsoft Chief Technology Officer Nathan Myhrvold started an investment firm called Intellectual Ventures. This investment firm buys up companies that are out of business but still hold valuable intellectual property. They then threaten other companies with lawsuits if they are using something that fits the broad definition of their trademarks, because most companies don't want to deal with a business that exists solely to sue other businesses. Intellectual Ventures also has a large team of employees who work
Jesus.
to file as many patents as they can. This company is the largest and best funded example of a patent troll, and businesses like these are the second reason why companies are in a desperate race to trademark everything.
It's literally a race against time, and it's a game of like who gets the most patents. It's just putting your mark on everything that you can as quickly as possible and finding ways to circumvent the trademark. Yeah, it's a corporation that exists just to extort others. That's great. What if I trademark patents? Oh, you should trademark the word patent so that they can't use it without paying you. Every time they want to use the word and go like, I have a patent, you're like, you now owe me. Oh, what if someone trademarks L plus ratio? I don't think you can trademark anything. There must be limits to uniqueness. What is unique about the word face?
Game of trademark or be trademarked. A lot of trademarks are specific to a business use case. For example,
Yeah,
Facebook
what
has
if, like, the guy trademarked the word we. So I'm like, wow. I can't wait until they realize there are other languages in the world and they're gonna start trademarking those languages as well. I can't wait for that, guys. I suggest you, like, get your patents ready.
registered trademarks for words such as face, like, and wall. But those trademarks can only apply to uses for social media websites. So Zuckerberg can't sue a drywalling company. Apple is free to use FaceTime since it's not a social media competitor. And you can even like this video? Social media platforms didn't even exist 30 years ago. Now it's a $1 trillion market. So businesses have realized that it's a good
Jesus
strategy
Christ.
to trademark as much as they can when a new technology emerges. If it does become a big market, they will make it harder for other companies to compete. And if other companies also have trademarks in the space, they can use the threat of legal retaliation to keep their company safe. Even if the company doesn't create a commercially viable product with their patents and trademarks, they can just sell them or use them to make money through licensing to companies that weren't fast enough to trademark everything first. If the new technology doesn't create a big market, then it doesn't matter, because the price to register a trademark can be as low as $250,
Oh
which
my
may as well be free
God.
to a company worth billions of dollars. No market is pushing the latest rush of patent and trademark filings harder than AI. The work of OpenAI
Oh,
and
the
other
God.
generative AI
Oh god. Yeah, no, people are like, yeah.
applications has got investors
Crazy.
and other business leaders excited about the applications of this technology. So they are going on a patenting spree to carve out their corner of what Bloomberg
wanna-
Intelligence is projected to
I just
be a
wanna
$1
go
trillion
back
market in
under
the
my
next
rock
decade.
and
If
forget
companies
about
spend
this.
the money on R&D to make this technology better,
This is
they should be
depressing.
rewarded for taking that risk. But AI is speeding up the race to trademark everything for a more sinister reason as well. And that's because it's going to be harder for small businesses to hide in the future. The world is too big for any company to check everywhere to make sure that nobody is infringing on their trademarks without their permission. Sites like Alibaba, Temu, Wish.com, Etsy, eBay, and even Amazon are full of knockoff products that work off the business model of, it's not illegal if we don't get caught. For a long time, this has worked. Because no matter how many real people have to monitor these sites, they can't keep up with the people posting new products with slightly altered photos and descriptions. But AI could change that. There are already dozens of AI services working with companies that train models to detect websites that might be stealing the branding that they tried so hard to protect. These programs can work 24/7 and detect new listings as soon as they appear. Once these programs have found suspicious activity, holding an official trademark registration helps to simplify the process of getting products, videos, or entire websites removed because the companies hosting the page often won't take any action unless there is a clear official owner of the intellectual property in question. Copyright detection algorithms are not new. If you have ever posted a video on YouTube with a song that doesn't belong to you, then you will know that it almost immediately gets flagged.
Let's not get into the whole YouTube flagging things erroneously, or people taking advantage and claiming your own stuff because they decided it's theirs actually. Or someone taking your footage and uploading it before you upload it, so now they own it instead of you. And their automated detection system goes like, well, get wrecked.
But new AI tools extend that functionality to other markets like physical products. It's harder for a computer to check if a random picture of a sneaker is similar enough to another sneaker for it to be considered trademark infringement than it is to detect a specific song or movie which will always look or sound the same. Until recently, the most advanced computer algorithms struggled to even tell if a shoe was a shoe. But AI image detection has made advanced image comparisons possible across the entire internet. And they don't depend on the site host to check themselves like YouTube does. The book Artificial Intelligence and Intellectual Property, which was written by 3 law professors, also reveals another reason why companies are rushing to do this right now, which is that AI can be used to detect trademarks, but it's also trained on data which itself could be trademarked. GPT-4 has been trained on terabytes of data scraped from the internet, and a lot of that is going to include works and branding that have value to their creators. Companies know that if they can clearly make a claim over a trademark now, it's going to make it harder for people to use generative AI to compete in their markets. According to a report by the Harvard Business Review, one of the most popular use cases for image-generating AIs is to create a logo. This is useful to small businesses that want to create a new logo or update their old one, but don't have the skills to create their own logo from scratch or the money to pay a graphic designer to do it for them. The problem
yes, they don't have $5 to pay a graphic designer. Yeah.
is every single logo created from AI will be a blend of other trademarked company logos pulled from the internet for training data. The law hasn't caught up with technology yet.
It definitely
One argument
didn't.
is that professional graphic designers will be pulling their own experience creating logos, and part of that experience will be the inspiration they got from looking at other trademarked logos. The other argument is that they aren't directly taking those works and feeding them into a computer, so their creations are original. Whatever side wins, companies want to be prepared. And the best way to be prepared is to build themselves a fortress of trademarks. The people who have been having this fight before trademark laws even existed are comedians. The line between inspiration and joke stealing has been long debated. Go and watch the men who
can't find a graphic designer, my ex inbox is full of them. I love that comment. Oh man. I understand it a bit more in the sense that now we have AI that is threatening things, so like people are now trying to get even more trademarks just for that. But it's insane. It is absolutely insane, the fact that this is for life. It's like, what is wrong with the system? It is such an outdated system. Like I thought our law system was outdated, but this is even worse.
Who mock kings over on how history works to see how they've always secretly been some of the most influential men in the world. And if you want to learn more about the ridiculous use of trademarks in corporate America, I will be writing an article about it from my own experience as an investment banker. So to read that, subscribe to my totally free email newsletter Compounded Daily to keep on learning how money works.
It is such a depressing video about like I feel like my belief in humanity, as low as it was, like the bar is slowly depleting even more. It's kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel right now. I'm like losing all hope at this point. I'm just like, what is wrong with people? Disgusting. Like absolutely disgusting.